Welcome back to another edition of the Robert Morris Women's Basketball Weekly. I'm Chris Mueller here, alongside, as always, Associate Head Coach Charlie Buscaglia. And this week we have two player guests, freshman Megan Smith and Mikalah Mulrain. Thanks for joining us here today.
Thank you.
And Coach, we'll start with you. 2 wins on last weekend's road trip. First, a 69-68 edge over Fairleigh Dickinson, and then you run away from LIU Brooklyn in the second half. What did you see in both of those wins, and what were the positives?
Well, in the first game, we came out shooting the ball real well against against FDU. And FDU is the type of team that's going to play you for 40 minutes, and we had that experience here at home, how they kept playing, even though we got up on them, and they won the end of the game when we played them the first time. And they did that again to us. So as much as we shot the ball well early on and gained like an 18-point lead, I think, at halftime, the second half was a brutal stretch for the last 10 minutes, and we had to hold on by a point, getting a stop with 10 seconds to go, which was ultimately the positive thing to take away from that game, is that we had some adversity there. We didn't play well down the stretch. They took it to us late, and we were able to get that last stop in a very solid fashion. Blocking a shot, having everything covered. We knew what they would do, and it worked out well for us to get the W there. LIU, we came out hitting again. We shot the ball very well, and we were getting stop after stop, and we were gaining confidence as we were going the first 5 minutes, where we were able to get the good looks we wanted, break the defense down. They were trying to press us, and we were breaking through it pretty good. And we finished well. So growing that lead early on in that game and getting that initial cushion, I think, catapulted us to just continue on with that, that confidence throughout the whole game, and we finished up very strong.
Right, and in the LIU game, the program reached a milestone. Head coach Sal Buscaglia's 200th career win here in Moon Township. He's always preached that the success in this program is all part of a process. What do you think makes him so successful as a coach and running such a high-quality program?
Well, I think Coach Sal knows to surround himself with great players and great, assistant coaches, and he puts together a program with a lot of focus on the detail of how a program needs to run. We have freshmen that play a lot of minutes for us right now, and that's a unique situation that other programs won't really dip into. And I think that's a kind of example of getting a 200th win is because he's adapted to a style that most people aren't used to. Having youth on the court and be able to deal with the growing pains as you go along while they're out there is a lot different than, I would say, 95% of the country, where freshmen will get limited minutes, and they'll have to learn as they do it in practice or the little film that they're able to see. Well, with us, the positive is freshmen love to play. They love to go to a program that they can play right away and get a lot of minutes. Megan's starting most of the season. Mikalah starting a lot of the season as a freshman, and there's a responsibility with that. But I think freshmen that have a good attitude and have good character, they'll want to come into a program and take on that responsibility and live through the fact that they're going to have to grow up fast. And these two had to grow up fast this year, and they're growing up fast, and they're taking on the responsibility. I think that is a lot to do with Coach Sal's success here, because players have been able to come into this program and know if they work hard and they do it right, and they handle themselves with good character, they'll get out there right away as a freshman. That's a special thing to have, and I think that has a lot to do with his 200 wins.
And the team's rolling right now, 9 straight wins. You head into a pivotal weekend here at the Sewell Center on Saturday. The Colonials are currently second place in the NEC, and you take on top-seeded Central Connecticut State. It's going to be a battle. What's the focus heading into the Blue Devils?
Well, they got us the first time out at their place, and I was away that game. It was a game I had to miss due to passing away of my grandmother, and it was a very tough time for me. So I was only able to watch it on film, and the things that I saw was we didn't make a lot of good adjustments throughout the game. I think we came out and we had a good game plan from what I saw on film, and they made a few adjustments, and we needed to react a little bit better. But I think they had to do a lot with the youth, and I think now we've grown up a lot more since that point in the season. That was our first couple of games in the conference, and We only had 2 games into our season at that time of the conference, and now we have 12. So I think over that course of time, I expect the team to be a lot more tougher, make adjustments a lot quicker. Freshmen now have grown up a lot more, and I just expect for us to, no matter what happens in the end, make sure we give it a battle all the way for 40 minutes.
Right. Well, thank you, Coach, and we'll move on to the both of you. You're both obviously having very successful first years here at Robert Morris. Describe the transition that both of you have gone through, coming from high school and now adjusting to Division I basketball.
Well, for me, the intensity level was one of the main things that I had to focus on, because it's a long 40 minutes, and every possession counts. You can't slack off one possession, or else that can cost you the game and stuff. And you always have to be ready to play, stay focused.
For me, it was definitely intensity, but also the pace of the game. It's very up and down, very fast, very one possession, next possession. You're just back and forth. So I think just getting used to the pace was difficult for me.
Yeah, and you're both from Ontario, Canada, coming here to play in the U.S., and everyone's hearing about this road trip last weekend where you guys had to experience the bright lights of New York City. And just describe the experience that both of you had being in such a high-profile city like that.
It was amazing. I've never been to the city in New York before, so going downtown, seeing Times Square in the night with all the bright lights was amazing. Mm-hmm. And then we went to a musical, and I love musicals, and I'm really into that, so it was really great.
Yeah, I also enjoyed the musicals, and just being outside with the team, being together as one, it's just really nice, and good vibes, and being able to, we got to see the Brooklyn Bridge, and it's really nice sightseeing.
And 2 wins also on that road trip probably helped as well. And Megan, you earned NEC Rookie of the Week now for the 2nd time this season. You averaged 13 points over the road swing. What's been clicking for you on the court this season as a freshman?
I think just at the beginning of the season, I kind of had a focus of just going in there, trying to be confident with myself, being aggressive on and off the court, working hard in practice. And I think that the more confidence I got, the more confidence the team, the coaches got in me. So I think their confidence in me motivated me to become more confident and play hard and aggressive.
And the both of you are earning quality minutes, obviously, as freshmen. Do you both rely on each other, with the grueling stretch that being in season demands?
Well, yeah, I would say in a way, just knowing that we both have to work. We both start at the same level, as freshmen, and we both have to work as hard. And also, I look up at the post players, Judith and Jolie, and they kind of guide me. I have to look at them for me to get minutes like that and see what I have to do at this level.
Mm-hmm. I think we both have an advantage between the two of us because we've played together before in the past, so I think we have that kind of mental click, so we know where each other is on the floor. So I think when we're both on the court, good things happen.
Right. Well, thank you very much, and thank you, Coach. And tune in to the Colonials this weekend here at the Sewell Center, taking on top-seeded Central Connecticut State, and streaming as always via NEC Front Row.